Once you're in the production phase of your movie, there will be a lot going on. But everything tends to focus around the cinematography, the actual recording of images, and the look of your movie. Some people call cinematography painting with light, and that's basically what it is. So while how you use and set up your camera can be very important, right now we're going to focus on lighting, how to do it, and how it can affect the mood of your final product. Once you're on set, the first thing you'll want to do is get your lights set up. That's why it's important to have a shot list and some storyboards. That way you'll know what areas and at what angles you'll be shooting. So you'll need to know what parts of the set you'll need to light. First, let's talk about the lights you'll be using. Big productions use expensive movie lights like this. But you can actually get a really great lighting setup using your own home lamps and work lights like this that can be found at any hardware store. And hey, bonus feature, many of them come with clips so you can attach them to chairs or coat racks to get the positioning just right. You can also use normal household lamps with reflectors made out of aluminum foil built on. This can turn a normal household lamp into a more directed and more powerful light source. Don't forget that even a normal household lamp can get very hot if it's been on for a while, so be careful with all your lights. And if you're using more powerful work lights or movie lights, consider investing in a good pair of work gloves to protect your hands. Also remember that you'll be plugging in a lot of lights and you run the risk of overloading a circuit and blowing a fuse. Not the end of the world, but something you'd probably rather not deal with. To avoid this, try to plug in all your lights into different outlets to spread out the charge. You have to remember how important it is to get good exposure for your movie. If a scene is too dark, you might still get video, but it will look muddy and grainy, like this. If it's too bright, your colors will be blown out to white, like so. Now that you've got your lights together, let's talk about lighting setup. The most basic setup, and always a good starting point, is called three-point lighting. You only need 3 lights for this, and it makes for a pretty nice shot. We'll go through each light individually, turning them on as we go. This is the key light. Technically, the key light is whichever light is the brightest in your setup, but a standard 3-point lighting scheme, it is placed just in front of the subject and off to the side. Doesn't look so hot all by itself though, does it? Now turn on the fill light. The fill light can be a little weaker than the key, and it serves to fill in all those harsh shadows created by the key light. To do that, you place it in front of the subject, but onto the side opposite the key light. That looks better, right? But our subject still looks kind of flat with the background. That's where the edge or backlight comes in. This is a light behind the subject, which serves to pop the subject out from the background, like so. Your standard 3-point lighting setup is arranged this way, easy and effective. Depending on your set, you may need to add a few more fill lights to fill in the background or highlight certain elements. Using the standard 3-point lighting setup of key, fill, and edge lights is always a great place to start though. You can also deviate from the 3-point setup to add mood to your film. How you shoot a film can mean just as much as the dialogue or plot line. That's why cinematography is so important. Even basic variations from the 3-point lighting can provide dramatic effects. Let's try turning off the fill light, but leaving the key and edge lights on. That gives us a cool film noir look with sharp shadows everywhere. Good for a mystery picture, right? And if we turn the key light off now, we've got a spooky backlit silhouette, perfect for a horror flick. It's always fun to experiment with lighting setups and to see what works best for you. Try new setups and then run the scene to see how it will look as people move through the space. If you're shooting indoors, then one of the things you might have to watch out for is the lighting. Using the existing lighting, like fluorescent lighting, may cause some odd effects that you didn't call for. Up until now, we've been talking about shooting and lighting on an indoor set. You might be shooting your movie outside. For the most part, the sun will be the only light you need. During the daytime, it will certainly be enough light to shoot with, but the sun doesn't always do what you want. For one thing, on a clear day, sunlight can be pretty harsh. If you want a softer look, you can replicate the effect of fill light using bounce cards. Buying a white piece of poster board or foam core or wrapping a piece of foam core with tin foil provides a highly reflective surface that you can use to redirect some of the sun's rays to where you want them. It's a good way to fill in all those harsh shadows. You also need to be aware of the sun's movement throughout the day. As the sun moves, it will change the shadow and the quality of light on your subject, and you need to make sure that everything looks close enough that you'll be able to cut it together. A good way to do this is to shoot right around noon when the sun will stay mostly overhead, or to remember to slightly adjust your subject throughout the day so shadows will end up matching in editing. And that's the basics of lighting. Whether indoors or outdoors, with professional equipment or just your home lamps, you're ready to paint with light.